Yo, what's good, y'all? Regulation MB is about to start tomorrow. Legit tomorrow. My ass did not grind that much as the season ended, but oh well. I'm here gonna be talking about what I think they're gonna balance. I'm not gonna talk about what items that I think they're gonna add because I think that's hard to predict. I'm not gonna be talking about no megas, um no mons that I think they're gonna add. But I will be talking about balance changes from was already existing in MA, and I think we can all agree there's a lot of bullshit. So yeah, I'm gonna just give some predictions, which I really would expect maybe like at least 3 of them to actually take place, but we'll end up seeing. Um, so yeah, as a reminder, the previous nerfs going into Pokemon Champions was more notably just like moveset removals and adjustments to some of the more bullshit attacks like Dire Claw. Yeah, so keeping that in mind, I don't think they're gonna like change any kind of base stats or change abilities, anything like that. What I think is the most likely, obviously, Rock Slide. This move is really stupid. Going into Champions, they actually changed the Iron Head flinch chance from 30 to 20, so I expect them to just do the same thing with Rock Slide. If they don't change this, holy shit, I'd be so surprised, because I think it's something everyone can agree was very apparent in MA, and way too annoying to deal with, especially coming from these faster mons like Chomp and Aerodactyl. So yeah. What I also think is very likely is Last Respects getting a nerf. Probably the base power. I think that's the more fair assumption, because this move is way too strong, obviously, at 200. Even just 150 base power, it feels like it just kills everything. So I think, yes, it's not much of a difference, but at least if you get 2 kills and you're stuck at, let's say it was 40 damage per boost, if you're stuck at 120, yeah, that's still a lot, but it's not as overwhelming as the 150 base power. Now, once it hits like 160, yes, you're cooked, but 120 will be a lot more manageable. I even showed, like, right here, a random example, Rotom Wash, like, yes, he's barely surviving a 120 base power, Last Respects, but, you know, yeah, as you can see here, the 150 base power just cleans them, and that happens to most Pokemon, let's be honest. So yeah, I think, I don't, if it was for me, I wish they would just make it like 30 base power, or cap it at 150. Actually, no, I don't think capping it at 150 would even help that much, because yeah, as you can see, the 150 is already way too much. So yeah, I think 40 base power and then 40 base power boost would make the most sense. Fairy or a nerf, yeah, this everyone has been complaining about Flood. Definitely the best Mega alongside Charizard. So I think the fact that it has a signature ability shared with Xerneas, I don't really think anyone cares to nerf Xerneas as well. I think nerfing Fairy Aura would make the most sense. Maybe like a 25% decrease, or a 25% change. I think this mon will be still really good, but it will make it a little bit more manageable. We'll end up seeing King Gambit. I'm not gonna lie, I think they're gonna nerf this mon, but I don't exactly know how. Here put Kowtow Cleave getting, you know, a small base power adjustment, but I don't think that's what's gonna end up happening. Just because, I mean, that really changes nothing, and I really don't see them changing it to like 75. Oh, I put percent, my bad. That's supposed to be base power. I don't think it's gonna be something as low as 75 base power. So I think maybe a more likely option would be removing low kick, so then it struggles against Ensign and the mirror into itself, because then, yeah, even after a boost from the Intimidate and because of Defiant, I don't think you're really winning the matchup against Ensign. Yes, it's a buff to Ensign, but to be honest, I think that's kind of fine. I think right now we're seeing Ensign isn't as great. I mean, he is obviously really good, still a top 10 mon, but King Gambit, I think currently is a lot more consistent and better than Ensign. As you can see here, in phase 2 of NAIC, actually had a 70% usage rate, so clearly this mon really, really good, right? And next, what I think is likely is probably another change to Dire Claw's infliction status, because even at 30%, because of how drastic it feels to get hit by one of the RNG options, probably nerf a little bit more. I think 20% would be fair. What I think is somewhat likely is Sinistra probably getting some nerfs, because we've been seeing these Protect the Floette, Protect Delphox comps where, you know, you cycle the Sinistra and Ensign, and yeah, I think the true GOAT of these teams is Sinistra. Hospitality, 25% to 20% ally HP heal maybe makes sense, because I feel like the heal, especially with how easy it is to cycle Sinistra in and out, you're often healing way more than just once, right? I think a 20% would be fair. And then, I don't think both are going to happen. Maybe one rather than the other. And I would hope it's more Machagacha that gets nerfed, because I think the burn chance is a little too extreme at times. I think the fact that Machagacha already heals you is a lot, I'm not gonna lie. For the burn to also happen is quite insane to me. And it happens so much, like, because you're hitting 2 targets. So yeah, I think it'd be nice to maybe make the chance to burn even lower. I know 20 to 10, like 20 is already pretty low, but I think the fact that you're hitting 2 targets, it just happens way too much, you know what I mean? And yeah, this move is just so insane on a support mon like Sinistra. Electro Shot, this one I really don't think is going to happen, but maybe, we'll see. Our Chaladon's Electro Shot, 130 base power, is a lot. It's a lot for, you know, how insane this move is, because obviously you get to boost your special attack, and you boost your special attack before the move even hits, so this move is just really, really strong, just having it being clicked once. So I think it'd be nice to adjust the base power of this, maybe something like 120, hopefully something like 110, because yeah, this move is just a little too good. I think 130 is way too high for what this move is capable of doing. So yeah. Now for Charizard Y, I do think it makes sense with how, you know, dominant this mon was in Regulation MA to nerf it, but I think it's kind of difficult to nerf a mon like Charizard without affecting other mons, right? Because if you nerf Drought, it affects Torkoal, it affects Groudon, and they probably want to be consistent with, like, Rain if they change anything about Sun, so I don't think that would happen just from Charizard Y. And then removing Heat Wave doesn't make sense. It's a move that I would assume probably like 80% of fire types get. Weather Ball also doesn't make sense. A lot of mons get it, and it's kind of a signature for all the weather setters to have it. And then Solar Beam, I think also another move that's kind of Charizard's whole thing. So I don't think they would change that, or they would remove it. And then any base power nerfs to standard attacks would just affect other mons, right? They're not gonna lower the base power of Heat Wave, right? That would make sense just because of Charizard Y. So I think really the only nerf to this mon is just adding Assault Vest, if I'm being honest. Now, is that going to completely make him bad? No, that's obviously not what's going to happen, but I think it will be nice so that mons can actually, you know, take 2 Weather Balls, because there's, like, not a lot of mons that can take 2 Weather Balls in the sun right now, and that's why this mon feels so insane. It'd be nice. I don't know if they would do this, but if they were to change, or if they were to remove a move from this guy, Weather Ball would be nice, because then it'd be stuck with Overheat, or stuck running Overheat rather than Weather Ball, which is obviously not as spammable. Like, after 1 Overheat, yes, it's gonna chunk something for crazy, but then you're not 2-shotting certain things after the -2 boost. So I think that would be nice. But yeah, that's all I gotta say. Let me know what y'all think, or if y'all got any things that maybe I missed that were obvious. Yeah, that's gonna be it for me.